So we picked this one. Who chose this movie?
Denisha.
It was me.
Denisha chose this movie. Like, I'm glad we got some other people jumping in on this because I can't keep letting Denisha pick movies. She is, whew. I feel like she's taking this personal
I'm good at the
I
bad
do
movie
too.
category.
because
For some reason I can't pick bad movies.
you had me watching this movie called The Forest with Natalie Dormer, and all I could think to myself is, why did I watch that? Oh my god, this movie.
It was not bad.
No, this movie was horrible.
Okay.
This was a horror thriller, and I was neither horrified or thrilled.
I was horrified that I watched it. That was about it.
I was thrilled I made it to the end. I take that back. They succeeded. It was a horror.
Mad.
It was a thriller.
I was mad that they actually took a place that I was interested in and just defiled it the way they did.
Like
I was
I
actually
need
interested
not go
in
now.
the Japanese death forest. That's what I've always called it. I call it the Japanese death forest.
Right. It's
And
the-
I've read up on it. I've read up on it, and then I found out this movie was about it. Because when Denisha said, "Let's watch it," I was like, you know what? I think I've seen this because I watch it. And then as I got into it, I said, "Yeah, I have seen this, but I forgot about it, and I forgot about it for a reason."
it's very forgettable. That's
Now,
this movie could have been 10 minutes long.
Yes.
it
This
also
is-
could have been a lot better if they did certain things differently.
The
Like-
guy who went against the cab window should have licked the window. That would have made the movie better.
Right. And you know what? If you that was one of those things.
That'd have been hilarious.
Actually, that was something that, because they brought so much attention to that weak ass jump scare, they should have used him later in the movie.
Yeah.
Because like they have another.
You mean the twin sister in the tent? You want to talk about that one where she
No,
turns into
before
the
we
little
even
face?
get to that, let's talk about the hallway and the flickering light.
Yeah, that's
Please help
anywhere
me
in the hood.
understand. Like-
That's anywhere in the hood.
But here's the thing. I'm okay with the
Change light
fact
bulbs.
that the light was flickering. Okay? She's in a foreign place and she doesn't really know. So like the premise of the movie, one sister, they're twins. Natalie Dormer's playing both parts. She's playing Sarah and she's playing Jess.
Yes.
So one sister's kind of the rebel sister, and she apparently, I don't know if she's like an English teacher in Japan. It doesn't matter. The sister's in Japan.
It wasn't viable to
Right. It doesn't matter. It has no
It
bearing.
doesn't.
So the sister lives in Japan, and the last time she was seen was in the the word was hard to say, but it's like the forest Tony was talking about. That's
Ancient
where
Death
that's where she was seen. And it is a Kogihara forest, the Sea of Trees, and it's at like the base of Mount Fuji and stuff. Anyway, sister was last seen there, and nobody's heard from her since. So we don't know what's going on with her. But the twin was using her twin empathy, which we just learned about with Jack and Jill.
Wonder twin powers. She was using the Wonder twin powers.
Activate.
But she was like, she's alive. I just know it. I know she's alive. Okay. And you know what? Fine.
We need to find some twins to see if that's a real thing.
It's a
'cause
staple.
I
It's a
don't know
trope.
it.
They put it in all movies with twins. Cool. I'm good with it. Moving on. Why did Natalie Dormer, throughout this entire movie, fall victim to every movie trope for the scared female in the movie? I watched her run through the forest and trip. She cut herself. She hurt herself. She was in a hallway, and there was light. She had to flip a switch. The light comes on. The light in the hallway comes on, and it flickers. You in a foreign place looking for your missing sister, and there's a dark ass hallway. Why are we walking down the hallway? Why are we walking? Is there a bathroom down there?
It's her sister.
No, she's got to look. She's got to know.
Here's the thing. Your sister
No
wouldn't
weapons.
even know that you're at that hotel. So why the hell are you taking it upon yourself? You went into your room, exited your room, looked down the hallway, looked that way. Let me just go walk down this dark ass hallway for no reason.
Yep.
The lights are flickering, and as you begin walking, creeping down the hallway. The lights are in and out, in and out. You're like, I'm going to keep going. Then you start to see the outline of somebody. Okay, somebody's at the end of the hallway. Let me go and see. And they tried another weak-ass jump scare with the old Asian lady. And 2 seconds into her, like, touching her, she's like, ah! Here comes this other woman who hasn't been here this entire time you've been walking down the hallway. Grandma, no, she's elderly. It's okay. What? No.
Yeah.
Random shit.
Right. Like, I get
The problem
we were going for a jump
is they
scare.
were really trying to hold on to just being this powerful woman. I'm not going to listen to anything that you guys tell me. Okay, I'll take you to the forest, but we have to leave before dark. No, I'm not leaving. Like, everything she did was just, I'm not afraid, and my sister is here. Okay, sis.
Right. But I will say, I did. Go ahead.
I'll jump on what Denise said and be like, so just I don't know what to say, because it's like it was so much bad that I can't pick out just one thing to harp on. It's the acting. I mean, yes, I understand that's your sister, but your siblings should understand that if I'm over here, I don't expect you to like really like run through a cactus to come try to get me if you can die. Just let me the fuck go. If I'm already gone, I'm sorry. Say a prayer and keep moving.
See, and even the idea of, for those who are wondering, Will is referencing like the click and see toy.
Little viewer thing.
Yeah, the viewfinder
the viewers.
toy.
They were the micro viewers.
And it was like, if I'm anywhere and I pick up a micro viewer and I see images from some shit that couldn't be on a micro viewer, I'm good right there. I'm done.
It's time to leave.
Right, like that.
Time to leave.
I'm good. But you already know, she's already been told multiple times that the stuff you're seeing, this is all in your head. It's not real. It's all in your head. I did find one good thing.
There, I want to hear this one good thing, because I only have one good thing, and I know it's different. It's only one.
The only good thing.
The soundtrack was shit. The soundtrack.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I promise you, it wasn't that. There was a soundtrack. There was music. I didn't know this.
Yes. Did you not watch the end? Watch the end of music, the movie. If you can, just go back and just go directly to the credits and listen to that music.
That.
Oh.
Fortunately,
bruh,
Netflix started giving me my recommendations, and I was watching trailers seconds into the.
No. I went back and I chose to watch the credits because I
heard it starting. But no, here's the one good thing I found in this movie. I currently have a Samsung phone, and my battery life is okay. I want whatever the fuck phone she had for 3 days with no charger, running the flashlight, and that bitch was not dead. That is the most amazing phone on the market.
It's probably Japanese technology, because they were way ahead of us right now. So,
bruh, we saw her take her phone, like when she first got off the airplane.
Didn't it fall down down in the hole too?
And then she dropped the phone, and you just knew that it was going to be cracked. And she had like the flimsiest little plastic case, and the phone was fine. But the flashlight, that shit was super bright. She had a surefire light on her phone, and it was just like on and on. And she was sitting there reading the book in the tent with the light. Ain't no charger out there. Then the next day, when she's out in the woods again, she's chasing a random If you are in a forest where people go who decide that they want to unalive themselves in this forest, that's why they're there, and you see somebody out there, maybe you leave them alone.
You go the other way.
Why are you not carrying a weapon like constantly?
Why people? I'm sorry.
I mean, and that's it was a lot of why questions in this movie. There were a lot of why questions, and I can't understand.
Why didn't the stuff with Aiden, like they could have made that be something, but they're like, oh no, we were just joking. It's all in your head. He was creepy, so you wanted it to be
Those
else,
looks he
or
would give.
whatever happened with her parents, like that didn't pay off. I didn't care. By the time they told us what really went on with her parents, I was like, okay. So
I mean, when they
Even
came
then-
out first with their parents, if you just paid attention, you already knew those gunshots. That wasn't a car crash. You just knew that. So I'm like, that right there was horrible in itself, trying to disguise two gunshots as a car crash.
It wasn't that they were trying to disguise it. She was obviously lying to him. As they were sitting there and she was kind of giving the backstory, it was less tragic to say it was a car crash and the sister saw the car crash, as opposed to saying, because of course, if you hear that your sister is in this place where people go to unalive themselves, and you admit that she's potentially tried to unalive herself before with sleeping pills, and that her parents are not around because the dad unalived both the dad and the mom, you see a pattern, and no one's going to waste any time or effort to go into this forest to look for her. So you have to kind of build something to say like, hey, I know, my twin, and I can feel her and she can feel me. And, and it was literally like,
you gotta have a decent foundation to build anything. And this movie did not have it.
It was slow. The jump scares were like
super weak. Super weak.
Oh, you could see them coming. It's like, why even try it?
My 2-year-old would just mush your face. Like,
right. Right. Stop.
And even the ending, spoiler alert, she dies. You don't care. You don't care.
You actually hoping she was dying a lot sooner so the movie could end a lot sooner. That's what you want.
And the crazy thing is, it's
I
like,
was hoping her sister was also really dead too.
I would have felt better, honestly. And I know I'm with you though. It's weird because it's like, I would have felt more closure if the one sister who was in the forest was already dead, and the one that's going to find her can't find her, loses her mind, and ends up dead in the forest also. That would have at least given us some sort of closure, and it would have felt right. Because why didn't the twin telepathy work in reverse? Oh, it did. And she was like, damn, Shawty, sucks for you. Hey, Rob, take me on home. I was like,
you know what it made it better? If instead of you had some random Asian student running around in the woods, it could have been Jess running around in the woods, and now her sister is now focused. Oh, I saw her; she's here. Now you have a better story. Like, okay, she's here now. Let me find her.
You know what? I will admit,
I would have accepted that.
I will admit, the first time I saw the tent, I was kind of like, okay, let me sit up. Maybe something finna happen.
Yeah.
Because when she's the only one saying, like, I know she's here, and no one's believing her, and she's just out there randomly, and then you see her, like, walking through the forest, she's like, can we go this way? I mean, if we're just walking randomly, and he's like, okay, fine, whatever. And they go that way, and she comes across the tent. I'm like, okay. What movie was that? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, Twins, where he was like,
Twins.
What would I do? What would I do? And, okay, go this way. So I was kind of like, that was a really weird example of twin telepathy. And I was like, okay, I understand the basis that they're using for this. I'll go with it. And that was my suspension of disbelief. Everything else just pissed me off. And this movie could have been like a 2-minute horror story. It did not need to be
which
an
they
hour
actually
and 30
do have.
minutes.
They do have those.
Oh, yeah. Two-word horror stories. That would have been.
No, it's 2 sentences.
Oh, two
sentence
sentences.
horror stories.
Yeah.
But this one
Because
literally
it could
only
have been that. It could have been that's it. It's silent, and they could have done.
There were so many opportunities for this to be a better movie, and for a $10 million budget, all their budget was travel in location, getting the rights to record in this area.
And you know what's strange? That's the best thing about the movie was the locations.
Yeah, the visuals were very impressive. That's it.
No, I just watched the movie with subtitles, literally, as I'm freaking skimming through it. Like, that shit literally could have been nothing at all. So and I did not.
Like, what did it take you 10 minutes to watch that whole movie?
10 minutes. Like that.
And the parts that you skipped, you didn't really miss anything.
No, like look from start to finish. Like I got there's like freaking 4 scenes that I watched and I got the whole movie.
Yeah.
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 pretty much.
They save
Her
this big
sister's missing.
reveal.
She doesn't listen. She loses her mind. She dies. Her sister's actually alive.
She unnecessarily kills the guy who's trying to help her
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Even that part, I had no real attachment to that.
Yeah,
No.
he was a
I had no
throwaway
real
character.
attachment
It's
to
like he had what 55% of the scenes, and you had no attachment to him whatsoever.
And
Like,
again,
oh,
I go
he
back
died?
to
Okay.
if in fact he had been this creepy luring girls out to the forest and actually had the sister tied up in the cabin and they had to like escape from him, that could have made this movie hey, I would have been all of that.
Better.
Because then it would have
Yeah.
been a slasher flick and there would have been a reason and a purpose and it would have made sense. What we got was
And
a
you could have went a
psychological horror
totally different
that was
direction.
not smart enough to be a psychological horror.
Yep.
So it was horrible. I was not thrilled. And the only good thing about this movie is there apparently exists the greatest cell phone flashlight ever. And if I can find that, if that's not on the Galaxy 21
It takes
Plus Ultra,
0.0001% of your battery and shines bright like a diamond.
right?
That's what we all need. We need to find that.
No, she probably didn't have any service, so everything else in the background wasn't running. So we'll say that. I think my
That
thing
doesn't
about
make-
the movie
You know what?
was that they made a reference to honoring the people that did choose to go in, the forest, and you didn't disturb them and all of that. Because I don't know if you guys remember, like way back, Jake Paul Ryan, whatever, and he disrespected the people's bodies and stuff in the forest. So that was my only redeeming thing, is that they did make it a point to talk about being respectful of the people that had been driven to go there and make the decisions that they made.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, not much redeeming.
Yeah.
It's literally not even a background movie. That's how bad it is.
No.
You can literally put it on.
I would
and leave the
walk
room.
over and change the channel.
Yeah.
Like I would never.
I wouldn't even give it. That's still giving it too much energy. I would just like turn it on and fall asleep. That's it.
Yeah, you could probably get away with that. What was the score on this movie? What were the
4.8. 4.8, and then it was 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think.
It's shocking. You know what? It's only because of the cast and Natalie Dormer. Like when this came out, Game of Thrones was already around, so people were like, "Oh, this could be the film that jumpstarts her." No,
it wasn't.
It felt like one of those contract movies. Like, oh, I had to do it because I'm in it. Like I signed a contract for this other shit.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because both parts she played were shit. At least do if you're playing twins, make one of the twins interesting. Both of the twins were shit. Both of them. It's like you both, failed twice, right?
I mean, like, you know what? To say that Van Damme did a better job playing twins,
and he did. At least one of them was interesting.
Was that Double Impact?
Double Impact.
Yeah.
Double Impact.
I only remember that because of one particular scene in the movie when I was younger.
Right. If you're gonna play twins, if you're gonna play multiple roles, make another role interesting. If your main role is boring, one of them other alternate roles that you got, it need to be top shelf.
Like
too boring ass.
I like Alex. Chad was annoying. Like you
know what I'm saying?
Put two and two together, you figure it out.
So okay. So everybody agrees this was just a bad movie. Bad movie. Yes. Total stinker.
I wouldn't give it a 4.8. I might go a little bit lower.
I definitely question why did I watch that? Like that was a complete waste. So coming up next, we are we going to revisit Adam Sandler?
Yes. I had to do it. You all must suffer with me.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I am not going through this shit alone.
Fair enough. All right. So
not.
We're going to come back, and next show we're going to do Ridiculous 6.
And you are to hit play and throw the remote across the room so you cannot stop this movie. You're to watch this in its entirety, non-stop. I don't want no breaks. One sitting. Do not get up and go to the bathroom.
It's hard to do this stuff, though.
I don't care. I
You were
sat
washing
through.
dishes during Blood Raid. It's cool.
Let me
It
tell you what
Oh,
I
happens.
did.
yeah.
I
I
watched.
was watching it.
I
Yeah.
watched Ridiculous Six, and then I watched The Forest back to back. I hate you all. You're going to do
That's your
this.
own dumbass fault.
Right. Like I
No.
wouldn't do two bad movies
No,
back to back.
no, because I watched Ridiculous Six at first, and then we came with the suggestion. Well, let's do The Forest too. I was like, all right, well, I ain't got shit to do right now. Let me knock it out. Yeah, I hate all of y'all.
Should have played.
All of you owe me. It's like,
All right.
well,
Well, we'll
not
come
you.
back and we will get to
We owe Tony ridiculous.
we owe Tony, so we will
I'm glad
watch
it's not me
Ridiculous Six.
picking.
and
Yeah.
and we will find some other ones. Make sure that you all hit these QR codes, like and subscribe. Leave us some comments. Tell us what movies you want us to watch.
You
We
want us
look
to
for
sit
bad
there
movies,
and cry.
Tired of being blamed.
and we will find something positive and redeeming about those movies. So
'Cause I
make sure to
suck at
check
it.
those out.
I tried.
Like, subscribe, follow, hit us up in the Facebook group, and we will get back with you all sooner. We thank you for watching this. We are out of here.
Later, people.